Moving on to the next team of the IPL 2025 squad analysis, and I have the men in pink. It's the Rajasthan Royals out here, and both of them are with bright smiles, ready to welcome this side. It's the Rajasthan Royals once again back, a very underrated side we always say over the years, but this time around they've got a little bit of surprise package. And honestly, I'll be very upfront and saying that I don't like the squad, but I'll be going in depth in both of them and know what their thought process is, what was the strategy in the auction table as well. Jaideep, starting with you, whatever you look into the squad of the Rajasthan Royals, do you think all the bases are covered?
Many of us might not agree with me, but I feel this is a very balanced squad because having Indians at the top order, no team is having Indians at the top order. All of them are Indians. All of them are knowing the position they want to play, the thing they want to execute. They know everything about it. They know their strategy. The management has communicated them that what you need to do. So batting looks very sorted. Moving on to lower order, for the first time in last 2-3 years, we are having a very good batting tail. We didn't
Yeah.
had the likes of Jofra Archer, we didn't had the likes of Vanindu Hasranga back then, but we are now having it, and they can pinch with some sixes or some big hits in the last moments of the game. So it becomes very important and interesting for us. And lastly,
Okay,
but
so
not
a little bit of lusty blows down the order is what you expected from your lower middle order batters, which you have been missing since several years. You're talking about, but what about the success strategy? What has Rajasthan Royals done so far in the IPL? Let's take a look into the cabinet, Meir. It has just been one trophy so far, and it's been the inaugural season of the IPL led by late Shane Warne. We all know how memorable it was, but Meir, how special was that year? And any other year you want to say that we missed out on winning the IPL?
100%. Like 2008 was a special year for all of us, having that trophy with the Shane Warne, the Spin King. But I think one chance which we even missed was the year 2022, because that season I think everyone was in the form, Butler was in his form, and Yashasvi was new to the circuit of the IPL. So I think that one bad day costed us that trophy.
Okay, so you still feel that 2022 losing to the Gujarat Titans and Ahmedabad could be something you did not like, but could be an opportunity missed for Rajasthan Royals to pick their second trophy. Maybe they do it in 2025. You never know. But what about the captains and coach? This is a leadership group that is very important. Past experience for the Rajasthan Royals, Jaideep. This is what the captains and coach looks like. Rajasthan Royals have once again backed Sanju Samson. Alongside, they have brought back a legend of Rajasthan Royals, who is now known as a T20 World Cup champion head coach as well. Rahul Dravid is back amongst the mix. You also had some Kumar Sangakkara. What about this transition? What about this change you have made at the top of the table? Head coach Rahul Dravid. Brilliant pick, but I must ask you, what could be the template that Rahul Dravid set? Because he has been a wall in Indian cricket, but when it comes to T20 cricket, what aggressive brand do you expect from Rahul Dravid and Sanju Samson combination?
See, there has been no subtractions from the coaching staff from last year. There's only been the additions. We are having Rahul Dravid, we are having Vikram Solanki as well. So a lot of legends in our coaching staff, and I'm sure they are going to do miracles for us. And especially this Sanju Samson and Rahul Dravid thing. See, they have done some work together before as well. They were together in 2013-14, and Rahul Dravid was able to understand Sanju Samson really well, and he allotted a position to Sanju Samson in that phase, and which was basically top order. And we all know that Sanju Samson has done wonders for whichever team he played in the top order, and even for India. So I really feel Rahul Dravid understands Sanju Samson really well, and I'm
Okay.
sure this combination will bring some positivity into the camp. Although it's a very good team already, Sanju Samson already knowing what he needs to do, what are the things he should avoid. He's already a very good leader. He has shown some qualities before. So I do feel that this Rahul Dravid coming in the Rajasthan Royals squad will bring in some extra skills in Sanju Samson as well as the
Okay.
team, and I'm sure the team will be able to do well under his coaching.
Okay, so you're expecting the team to do really well, and never doubt somebody like a Rahul Dravid. Sanju Samson has been this team leader of this pack for a long time. But Meir, if you look into, I said before I come into the squad, a very thin-looking squad, but you have now Rahul Dravid, you now have Sanju Samson. These players, the head coach and coaching staff and captain himself must have been involved in the IPL auction table as well. After everything happened in the IPL auction table, the thin squad, the limited amount of spendings you have done, but you have got your bases covered as per Jaideep. Where do you see this team ending at the end of the season?
I think 100% top four qualification for us because we have that squad which can make it into the playoffs. If you see our top 12, including that impact player rule, so like
Correct.
now our team looks and a solid at 12. We like he said, we have the likes of Archer, we have Hasranga at the back end. So I think yes, a top four finish is what I expect from this team.
Okay, so you're expecting a top four playoffs finish. We'll come to the predictions later on, but this is what me suggests. The Deep is also confident about the squad. Let's take a deep into the squad of the Rajasthan Royals. Jaideep, looking into the squad of the Rajasthan Royals, I can see Sanju Samson, Dhruv Jurel are your wicket keepers, but that is where I think a little bit of lacking is there in the batting department. You have a plenty of all-rounders, a very vast experience of Nitish Rana and Riyan Parag has been picked. Vanindu Hasaranka, very overseas player, injury prone, but if he comes out well, it will do wonders. But thoughts on a little bit of Yashasvi Jaiswal, Simran Hetmar is there, you have retained them. But where above Surya Vanshi, the youngster, and Shubham Dubey, thoughts on them? What can they provide into this side?
See, I think batting has done well in the past as well, and it's almost similar core from the past. We are not having the likes of Josh Butler this time, which is a very big shame. But if you keep the Butler factor aside, which is a very big factor, of course, but if you just for a second keep the Butler factor aside, we have seen Yashasvi Jaiswal doing wonders. We have seen Sanju Samson scoring back-to-back centuries for Team India. At number three will be Nitish Rana. At number four will be Riyan Parag, who scored almost 600 runs in the last season. At number
Correct.
five will be Shimran Hetmyer, and finally Dhruv Jurel. So I don't see any problem with this kind of batting with this batting lineup.
So more or less, you have the same core in the top six. I can see Nitish Rana replacing a Josh Butler is more or less what I see. You said about Riyan Parag, he scored 573 runs last season. He had that make or break season with a strike rate of 149, and I think if he has to step up once again, if he has a dream of playing for Team India, he needs to step up once again and have a wonderful season for the Rajasthan Royals. If we look into the bowlers department, Mihir, you see a couple of Sri Lankans there, Vanindu Asalanka, Mahesh Deekshana there. Fazaluk Farooqi, I think this is a surprise pick I've got for Rajasthan Royals. Jofra Archer has been welcomed back into the side. But Quena Mafaka, what do you see in this guy? Because last year he played for the Mumbai Indians against Sunrise Hyderabad. The ball was traveling across the stadium.
So basically, like our spin department looks very solid. We have that two spinners from overseas, the two Sri Lankan spinners having
Yeah.
that Sangakara effect into the team. So I think our spin basis is recovered, seeing the boundaries of an SMS. So I don't think there is any problem. We have the backup of Kumar and Kartike. Now, if you see our pace bowling, I think we have an Archer. If Archer can do what he did in 2020 season, 100% fit Archer is what I want.
Okay.
And seeing Fazlak Farooqi, I think he is a good left arm pacer. And if you see RR
True.
love left arm pacers, be it Jaydev Unadkat, be it Trent Bolt, and now be it Farooqi. So I think he will also do wonders in some grounds like Bangalore or Wankhede. Now, if we see Mafaka, I think it's a bit of Nepal Royals connection as well. If we see he has played for the
Yeah.
Nepal Royals as well, so there might be a chance that we might see him playing in pink in India as well.
But what value could you see Mafaka with the new ball? Or do you really think that Faruqi will be one step ahead of somebody like Mafaka in terms of experience?
I think Farooqi will be in the starting 11 if he compared to Mafaka
Mafaka.
because he is a sort of a backup only because we have that pacers we have someone like Yudhvir Singh and Charak, so I don't think that we would be requiring Mafaka into our playing 11, especially in the starting 11.
Okay, so you think that Mafaka may not be required in the starting 11. You're starting with Jofra Archer and maybe if required Fazal like Faruqi in your starting 11. But the Jadid coming to you, the finishers department, you said about 5, 6 having Shimran Etmaya and Dhruv Jurel. Then you have potentially maybe one in Asaranka at 7. Do you think these three players are capable of scoring maybe 12 to 15 runs per over if required at the later stage?
100%. See, Shimran Hetmyer has been retained as a finisher with the price tag of a finisher. So we want Shimran Hetmyer to be at his best during the entire season or maybe for the upcoming seasons as well, which what he have done so far for the Royals. Hai na? He has been the better version of Shimran Hetmyer of what he used to be in RCB and what he used to be in Delhi. So we are having currently the best Shimran Hetmyer and we would expect him to finish the matches. Talking about Dhruv Jurel has been groomed as a finisher now. He might not be the very powerful hitter of the ball, very hard hitter of the ball, but he knows where to play his shots. I'm sure he will be able to do some wonders at position number 6. And if we talk about Hasranga and Jofra Archer, they are kind of pinch hitters. if given an opportunity, someone like a Jofra Archer especially can knock the ball out of the park at any moment. We have seen him playing for England. We have seen him playing for Rajasthan Royals as well when he
Before,
used
yeah.
to play those big shots. But Hasranga on the other hand is also someone who can play big shots. So I think finisher basically are Dhruv Jurel and Shimran Hetmeyer, and these two guys are pinch hitters who can chip in with
So
some of the
float
big hits.
around if required in the last couple of
Exactly.
overs. If you're batting first or batting second, okay, you've given your definition when it comes to the finishers role as well. What about the fixtures of the Rajasthan Royals? How do they pan out their qualification if the way you guys are saying? Let's take a look into the fixtures. Yet again, Sunrisers Hyderabad versus Rajasthan Royal becomes a day game for the first game. After that, you have a couple of strong home games, though your second home, Guwahati, Kolkata Knight Riders, and Chennai Super Kings Mihir, and then you face on the other players. Can you confidently, other teams are there on the taken, but can you confidently tell me which are the games you can confidently pick 2 points and make it to the playoffs?
I think two away games would be RR versus GT is the one game which I look.
Okay.
It will be very heartbreaking that we will see Josh Butler in some other team, and the next match will be the opening match of RR, which is versus Hyderabad. So I think these two
Okay.
matches, if we can get those 4 points, that will
Away
be
from
very
home? Considering that you're saying majority of your games you need to win at home, but Jaideep, he says Gujarat and Sunrisers are the two away from home games Rajasthan Royals should fancy. Why not? You can target teams like Punjab, Delhi, and maybe a little bit of RCB.
100%. I was very surprised when we said Gujarat Titans because Gujarat Titans. I'm not overestimating any team or underestimating any team, but Gujarat Titans on paper is a very good looking squad, and it would be a very big victory to beat them in Ahmedabad, especially. I'm sure we will do that as well,
The
but
revenge of
it would be
2022 will be taken.
100%, bro. 100%. I'm sure Revenge of 2022 will be taken, and all the games which has happened after that as well. If you remember the game against Gujarat Titans in 2023, fortunately we all were there, and we were around 45 for 4 or 5 or something,
Four.
and we need to chase 170 odd runs, and Sanju Samson smashed
Sanju
three
Samson, my
consecutive
God.
sixes of Rashid Khan.
Rashid Khan,
So
yeah.
yeah, that was a game to remember, and I think whenever these two are going to go against each other in this season or maybe the coming seasons as well, the matches are going to be same because both the teams are very competitive, having big hitters, having very strong bowling lineups, having good batting depth as well. So I can see a very young but a rivalry building up between these two.
Okay, a little bit of rivalry coming up between these two teams. Very, very new to the sector is Gujarat Titans, but you're saying this as when it comes to the wins you expect away from home. Considering majority of you're saying at home you need to win games as well. What about the SWOT analysis of the Rajasthan Royals? Here it is. Me, starting with you, when it comes to this Rajasthan Royals, do you see what are the strengths lying in this team once again for the 2025 season?
Okay, so basically the strength is our top five. We have that top five which are Indians. We have the likes of Nitish Rana who will play for the Royals for the first time. We have seen what Sanju and Jaiswal can do as
Correct.
an opener, and as Jaideep also said that we need to groom, like we have groom someone like Jurel. So I think our top five looks as solid, which is our biggest strength in the
Okay, so you
competition.
think your top five, which is the Indian core, which also gives you a flexibility option that you can have the remaining 6 names. Out of that, you can have 4 overseas. That's very, very good. But what about the weakness into this side, Jaideep? I see the bench strength, which could be a possible weakness. Anything else from your end?
100% bench strength because we are going ahead with just 6 overseas players, least for any team in this season, and we might if an injury here and there might ruin our balance because we
Absolutely.
might be a very good looking first playing 11, but we might not be having that sort of bench strength which we used to have in past 2-3 seasons. So this might affect us in a bad way, but I hope it doesn't because RR has been the team who relies upon their players and their players have been up to the mark because their coaches do very well. Sanju Samson has been very good as a captain. So I do feel that if there are no injuries, there won't be any weaknesses. But any injury here and there is definitely going to ruin our balance and for the entire the entire season
Entire
might
season.
might get affected as well.
Absolutely, for the entire season, it might just ruin your plans if because you're just going with 6 overseas. Opportunity lies always on the corner if you're having an experience or Indian core side. What could your opportunities be?
I think opportunity is there for so many guys. Someone like Yudhvir Singh and Charak. We have Suryavanshi. We have someone like Kunal Singh as well. We might see him playing as well. So we have that domestic squad. Like we have so many players who have represented their state in the domestic circuit for their state. So I think there is opportunity for so many guys, we can say, and like from those guys we can see someone like maybe like Suryavanshi or Yudhvir Singh and Charak playing for India in next 10 to 3 years.
Wow, Suryavanshi playing an IPL game in that age, that would be massive for his confidence and for the Indian Premier League as well.
There's also another weakness for the Rajasthan Royals this season. We are not having experience in our fast bowling department. We are having
Oh,
likes of
yes.
Jofra Archer. We are having the likes of Sandeep Sharma as well, but no one else. Akash Madwal is a newbie in the Indian Premier League. Tushar Deshpande might be having the experience, but of playing domestic cricket and playing in the Chepauk conditions. So yes, we are lacking a very renowned Indian fast bowler, which we used to have in the last seasons. We had Prasiddha Krishna as well. We had
Yep.
Avesh Khan. So those guys are missing. I think we might not be needing more than two fast bowlers in Jaipur games or wherever there's more of spin, like Lucknow or maybe Chennai. But when we are playing in Mumbai or when we are playing in RCB, we might be needing another fast bowler. So
100%.
it's the time when someone like a Tushar Deshpande or Akash Madwal gets very important because we can't afford to play the fourth pacer as an overseas one.
True that.
So
And you've also retained Sandeep Sharma. His experience
exactly.
could be pivotal in the death overs.
100%, bro. Sandeep Sharma has been, the find of RR so far, I can say, after 2022 mega auction because Sandeep Sharma was not picked from the auction. He was merely signed as a replacement of Prasidh
Correct.
Krishna, and he has done better than Prasidh Krishna. We all have seen that. Sandeep Sharma has been good in power play with his swing bowling. Sandeep Sharma has been good in the death overs as well with his Yorker length or wide Yorker or
Nobody can forget that
bowling
game
against the
versus
bat.
CSK at where MS Dhoni failed to hit that in the last over.
Exactly. 100%. He has done wonders for us. So I feel when we are going to play on the spin tracks, Sandeep Sharma and Jofra Archer would be enough. But when we are playing on fast and bouncy tracks in Mumbai or maybe RCB, we might be needing the liberty of another fast bowler. So that's where Tushar Deshpande and Akash
Okay.
Madwal
Akash
becomes
Madwal comes
important.
into the picture.
So it would be their test, but I think Sandeep Sharma and Jofra Archer, looking at their experience and performances, would be enough.
Experience is very important in T20I cricket, but what about the threat of the Rajasthan Royals, Shadeep, if you can have any?
Spin department. we have we have we have done amazing job in getting those two Sri Lankan spinners because we were knowing that Chahal is going to go above 10 CR for sure, and we had Chahal and Ashwin we would have gotten around 6 or 7 if Chennai was not so desperate for him. But Chahal was 100% sure he was going to go above 10 CR. So we were not sure of Chahal. So before Chahal even arrived in the auction, we had Manindu Hasranga as a leg spinner. And then we waited for an off spinner and finally got Mahim. Both the teams are very competitive, having big hitters, having very strong bowling lineups, having good batting depths of the season of
All
every
the hype.
franchisee. Both are having variations. Both are having different skill sets, and both are Sri Lankans, so they would be able to complement with Kumar Sangakkara in a better way as well. So
Agree,
I am really
understandable.
looking
But
forward
you
to this
said
one.
about one of the best, and I was thinking in my mind that could be a very bold statement because Chennai Super Kings have a wonderful spin trio with Noor Ahmed into their pack. Kolkata Knight Riders doesn't need any explanation when they have the spin duo of Narayan and Varun Chakravarti. But it could be also key
I
when it
would,
comes to
I
Sri
would,
Lanka.
Pritham bhai, some of us might not agree, but Chennai might be a bit better, but it's still better than KKR. Varun Chakravarti
KKR
and
is not
Sunil
that
Narine.
good.
KKR is good, but we are even better. It might
Okay,
be a
so in
bold
terms of your
statement, but
spin
I'm sure
department.
we'll be able to prove it during the season.
Okay, so that will come into the picture if you prove it during the season. I think the comment section will flood around if you're saying the KKR spin
I'm
department, the
waiting for
RR
all
is
those
better.
comments.
Okay, but moving into the strategies of the Rajasthan Royals, starting with you, Jaydeep, this is my strategy. You already did highlight this point a while earlier, and I really want to know what was the thought process because you've been part of this side, you have been part of this family for a long, long time. You had minimum 8 overseas. People generally, or teams generally target minimum 7, then they go for 8. 6 with a squad strength of 20. What was the thought in the option table?
See, we had all our budgets already spent on the Indian players to retain the
The
Indian core. We
retained
had
ones.
Sanju Samson, we had Dhruv Jurel, we had Riyan Parag, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Sandeep Sharma, and finally Shimran Hetmeyer, who was supposed to be Jaws Butler. But keeping Shimran Hetmeyer wala thing aside, we still had Sanju Samson to retain Yashasvi Jaiswal, to retain Dhruv Jurel, to retain Riyan Parag, and then Sandeep Sharma. So we were having a lot of options in terms of our Indian core. So we retained all of them. That's the key. So I would still be happy with this strategy that we at least retained that Indian core, which many of the teams might be lacking in this edition of the
Correct.
season, and many of the teams usually lack in the IPL, and they have seen what are the outcomes of not having an
True
Indian
that.
core. So
Absolutely. That's the
we
reason why it's said as Indian Premier League, not an overseas Premier
exactly,
League. Indian code
exactly.
is very important. I think Rajasthan Royals have a very good Indian code, like you said, in the top five. What about the second strategy, Mihir? And this is what I have for you. In T20Is, experience is always important. And I would, just like Jaideep mentioned a while earlier, Sandeep Sharma and Jofra Archer will be key in the fast bowling department. Jofra's fitness will be a massive concern, I must tell you. And I'm telling you, never trust English players when you're buying them in the IPL. But 4 overs of Jofra Archer, how would you use him? And do you really think he's going to play all 14 games, keeping in mind his injury record?
I think injury concern is one thing which I'm also now afraid of, because one injury now here and there, and because we already don't have that backups, as you said, that
Correct.
we only have the six overseas
Six
players.
overseas.
So if we see the over distribution of Archer, he might bowl in two in the power play and two with the old ball in the death as well. Along with him, Sandeep Sharma can also complement him in the death, because we have seen Sandeep Sharma nailing those good Yorkers
Correct. Absolutely. Yeah.
and the wide Yorkers as well. So I think a fit and a fine Jofra Archer is what I want before the season. In case if there is any injury concerns, I think Majwal is the guy which I want to take the responsibility.
Okay, so if it's a fit Jofra Archer, which are the overs you think? Two in the power play, two in the death?
Yes. Two in the
Okay,
power
two in
play
the
and
power play.
two in the death.
Okay, so that is a
I
straightforward
would,
answer when it
I
comes
would
to.
suggest, I would suggest a slightly different combination. One in power play and three in death, because Jofra Archer has done a better job in the death overs for us, especially. Might not be for England, but for us, especially. So I think management are going to go with a similar strategy, because we
Why don't
also
we
have
have
the
him
liberty of
one over in the middle overs in the 12th or 14th mark?
uh, they can have 1 over of Archer after 12 overs, maybe 13 overs, but he's definitely going to bowl three overs of his in the last 10. I would feel,
Okay,
because Sandeep
yeah, last
Sharma,
10, yeah.
we're also having Sandeep Sharma. He is bowling really well in the power plays. And he's sort of a power play bowler. He has generated the skill of bowling in the death overs as well. So
True.
I feel that Jofra Archer should bowl three of his overs after 10.
Okay, so three of his overs after the 10th over in the second half of the innings. What do you think?
Yeah.
Moving on to the third and final strategy question, Jaideep, here it is. I've asked this before as well. If you need 60, 65 in the last 5 overs and you have the impact substitution also in your hand, who are your finishers? You're definitely going to confidently say they will finish it up for me.
Shimran Hetmeyer is there, Dhruv Jurel. I've already discussed about these two, and having the liberty of an impact player. I think Shubham Dubey is the player who can
Okay.
come in and smash those big shots, because I have personally seen him on the nets. He smashes the cricket ball all around the park. He has the ability to swing his bat and get the maximum out of it. So
He
I'm
played
really
very
looking
little cricket
forward.
last season, but has a fantastic striker of 173.
Correct.
Is that the reason why
Exactly.
you're saying so?
Exactly, and I have also seen him play for Rajasthan Royals in the last season, and he was absolutely good with his bat. Might not have gotten a chance to play those big innings, because see, by God's grace, I would say we don't usually crumble. So whenever team needed him,
True
he
that.
has delivered with his 25-30 run knocks, and I do feel that if given an opportunity, he can do that again for us.
Okay, so you feel that these are your players, Shubham Dubey as your impact player amongst them. But what about the players to watch out for? Two names suggested by Jaideep, two from me, and one X Factor from my end. Let's take a look into that. Akash Madwal and Riyan Parag are your two players to watch out for. Mihir, may I know the reason behind that, please?
I think Akash Madwal is one guy which I have following him since his Mumbai Indian days, because I have seen him bowling those Yorkers, those
Correct.
leftovers, and so having someone like Madwal into the team, I think he might be in the playing 11 as well, if we see, or maybe coming as an impact player, who knows.
Impact player
And
if you're
then
defending, yeah.
yeah, and the next is Riyan Parag, right?
Riyan Parag.
So we are investing in Riyan Parag since last 7 years. So I think we have groomed him, and he has also played for India as well. He has made his debut in ODIs and in the T20Is as well. And we have seen his leadership quality as well for the Assam. So I think he has that. He is that one guy which we have in a groom. So I think he might be having another breakthrough season of 500 or 600 runs.
True that. Absolutely. Another breakthrough season loading for somebody like a Riyan Pira. 573 runs last season now. What does he do this time around? The two players, according to you, Jaideep, you have gone for Yashasvi Jaiswal and Dhruv Jurel. I wonder what you guys were thinking when you were selecting the players. No Sanju Samson, your captain, is not being selected by either of you. 531 runs. No Sanju Samson. May I know the reason behind him not picking him? And also your two players.
Tried and tested ones, Dhruv Jurel and Yashasvi Jaiswal. Obviously, we all know about Sanju Samson. That's why he has not been picked. We all trust
He's a
him. That's why
no-brainer.
he's the leader of the team. So Sanju, that was my idea behind not having Sanju Samson with those two players. But Yashasvi Jaiswal and Dhruv Jurel, tried and tested players, have been the star performers of Rajasthan Royals since the day they've joined the team. They all are doing well with Team India as well. So I'm really looking forward to these two, and I'm excited for them.
Okay, so you're looking forward to how these two players play. No brainer when it comes to what Sanju Samson possesses in the table. But my X factor I've gone with is Nitish Rana. Playing for the first time with this franchisee. Unfortunately, last season he was injured, could not keep a spot in the Kolkata Knight Riders. 2,636 runs in IPL cricket with a striker of 135. He can be that left-hander at number 4 if required, or maybe number 3 for the Rajasthan Royals, switching gears and accelerating the innings. That's the reason why I think Nitish Rana is a very good pick in the auction table, and he's a terrific fielder, mind you. So this is a very good set. I think X factor for me is Rajasthan Royals and Nitish Rana. What about the predicted playing 11? This is what I've got for the Rajasthan Royals. Mir, you said about maybe having an Akash Madwal as your impact player. That's the reason why I'm having an impact player if you're defending targets. Maybe just like Jaideep said, Shubham Dubey could be a finishers. If you look into this 11, any changes you have?
No, I think like according to me as well, the playing 11 which you have selected is definitely good. We have that solid playing 12. Our top five looks solid. We have that two spinners, but as I said, that only one injury here and there can ruin our IPL.
Disturb the balance, yeah.
Otherwise, the playing 12 looks very solid.
It's a very, very good looking playing 11. Six batsmen having liberty of two spinners, having Jofra Archer, Vadindu Hasranga as the pinch hitters, and three proper fast bowlers, and Akash Madwal, Tushar Deshpande, and obviously
Sandeep
having
Sharma.
Shubham Dubey at the back end. So it makes our playing 11 really good, and I'm sure this is going to do wonders for us during this season.
Okay, both of you look really confident when it comes to playing 11. It's settled 11. Fingers crossed, hopefully no injury concerns for Rajasthan Royals. If that is, it will break the balance of the side. What about the predictions of the season? Time for predictions. Starting with you, Mihir, what is your predictions when it comes to your orange cap winner, purple cap winner, your top 4?
Orange cap winner, maybe Yashasvi Jaiswal. We have seen him doing
You're going for
wonders
Rajasthan Royals.
for Team India. We have seen because he has that explosive power. He can go bonkers into the power play, and we know that once he's set, he can win you match from any situation alone. And talking about the purple cap, I'm going with someone like Yuzvendra Chahal. He has that experience. He has been the X factor for RR as well. So he will be the guy whom I am backing for the purple cap. And if you see the top 4, I think DC might be that one team along with RR, MI, and the last team is SRH.
Okay, last team is SRH. No CSK, no Kolkata Knight Riders. Two big names have been suggested. No Punjab Kings, though you're saying purple cap winner Yuzvendra Chahal. Jaideep, over to you. What are your predictions?
For orange cap, Yashasvi Jaiswal for sure, bro. We are the Rajasthan Royals fans, and we are not going to go for any other player. For orange cap, it would be Yashasvi Jaiswal, looking at his form, looking at his performances for Team India. And for purple cap, again, Rajasthan Royals player, it would either be Mahesh Teechida or Jofra Archer. Jofra Archer has done miracles for us. So again, many of us might not agree with me, but I think Jofra Archer has the ability to win that purple cap, and he has done that for us before. He has been the most valuable player in season 2020, and now I want him to get the purple cap as well. So these
And
are
what
my two
about your
players
4
for
teams to
orange
make
cap.
it to the playoffs?
I think DC, KKR, and Gujarat Titans alongside Rajasthan Royals will make the cut.
Okay, once again, few big names missing. Chennai missing, Mumbai missing, RCB. None of you guys have selected. So many big names. That's the beauty of this competition. Thank you so much, both of you. Thank you to all the viewers for watching this one. Can the Rajasthan Royals, after 2008, in 2025, can they win the second IPL title and have a smile on their face? Good-looking squad, according to them, a thin but a balanced side, according to Jaideep and me. Don't forget to subscribe to Fifth Umpire. Press the bell icon as well. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.